Hey everyone, Lorenzo here for episode 8.2 of Galileo Contracting. If you're just tuning in, which considering the tiny amount of viewers is unlikely, for only seeing the last one, we have successfully established a satellite around Ceti, and our brave astronaut, I forgot his name, is that's the Kerbali, that's Cyro, that's the sun. Yeah, the double whammy ship. That is orbiting Iota? No. Oh yeah! No, we didn't go to Ceti at all. We... What? No, this is Ceti. You can tell me anything. Never mind. This guy is orbiting Iota, where we... This is Ceti. Oh my god, forget everything I said. We are orbiting Ceti, because the mission to Iota wasn't possible anymore. So then we inserted a satellite here to make money, and now we have a fully fledged ship left, which should be capable of a landing. And we went and got ourselves a contract to do just that. Plant a flag on Ceti, that's what we want to do, and that's what we're gonna do. So we've got Ceti here, we've got our ship here, and the only consideration I want to have in landing is to land on the sunlit side, which is right over there. So, and we're on the other side. So if we just immediately start with a retrograde burn, we can just go and make that happen. Let's see. Oh my god, this is the sloppiest burn ever. Alright, I want to put my periapsis like fairly low above the surface, but still above the surface, because then we can pick a landing site consciously. Let's see, we are at 13 kilometers, that should suffice. We did the science at this altitude. Let's have a quick check of our fuel reserves before committing. It looks good. The side tanks are almost empty. I'm going to do... Are the landing legs on them? Let's see if we can deploy the legs. A nice systems check. Actually, the legs appear to be on the base of the thing, so we can just safely jettison these when it's time to jettison them. Oh my god, this is an asparagus stage as well. So yeah, this will go all the way and then some. Alright, no problems at all. We can proceed to time warp to not quite periapsis, because I want to have a go at collecting some science. And our relay satellite is continuing on. I've just decided that's a relay satellite because the game called it that. That's the entire reason. Alright, let us see what we can get from this thing. Cool, we can transmit it for some immediate gain. And of course we have a scientist on board, so we can reset the experiment and get the return gain as well. This mission is turning out to be quite a science party. Science fest? Science something. Right. Another crew report maybe we can send back. Oh yes, 20 points. Oh no, we have no connection. Okay, so we're gonna have to keep that crew report, and we do. So once we come out of the communication shadow of the planet, we can recover that. All right, our EVA report, same thing. Gonna keep that, and we're gonna take the data from these experiments. And also restore the experiments. And I have to climb down a little bit to get this one and restore it as the ship rotates around us. Okay, climbing back into the command pod, keeping an eye on this connection display, because when we do find a connection, we're gonna have to transmit back what we can. Wait, oh, we have a bigger antenna. Let's extend that one actually and see if that will do it. Let's look at the map. Yeah, we are firmly behind the planet looking from Gale home, that's over there. And our relay satellite is... Actually, a relay satellite should be able to get that, I think. Let's see if we should activate some antennae or something like that. We have an uplink here. I mean, we have... we might not have the antenna to actually reach the There we go, extend the antenna. Because there's big honking antennas on the planet, they can communicate with these tiny ones from a lot farther away than other spaceships might be able to. So now that we have extended the big one, it might actually be able to serve as a relay for the lander. Which doesn't really matter because we're going home anyway, but still, yeah, we managed to do it. Cool. Look at that. Boom, boom, one hop. So it's almost as if this mission was planned. We have our satellite that we leave in high orbit to... Oh, right, now we haven't transmitted this one either. I kind of want to transmit it and then return it as well. So yeah, we're going to have to go outside and get that one more time. But the crew report and the EVA report we should be able to transmit immediately. Same for the GOO review report. That one is going to be transmitted as well. We're about to run out of electric from doing all this. Okay, we got the materials bay and the thing. I'm just going to go and grab them, and then we have to be quick about actually engaging the engines because we're dawdling here too long. Collect the data, collect it, restore. The next science run will be on the planet. Alright, back inside, straight retrograde, turn on those engines, let's go down. Boom. Now we don't have any SAS, we don't have any readouts, any telemetry, so this is going to be a fairly interesting landing reminiscent of the old days of KSP. Let's ditch. Oh, that's interesting. Something happened, but maybe not what I intended to happen. There we go, the side tanks are dropping away. What's our trajectory look like? Yeah, we are absolutely coming in for a landing. That's great, that's exactly what we want. I wonder if we can land using... How would that work if we have our legs here and the side thruster? Our thruster weight is good, but not great. I might actually re-engage these landing thrusters. On the other hand, Ceti is really small and the gravity isn't that big. I might only land with these. We'll see. I wish I could bind a shortcut to activate them, but I haven't unlocked the action groups, which was commented to me, which is a good point. So I might end up having to do that. Anyway, let's do some time warp. And yeah, we also don't have the biome scanner, so I might try another crew report, but you know, it still counts as in space near Ceti, the different biomes. Anyway, continuing to always do the science is really boring anyway, so we are going to just do that occasionally. Alright, we are now fairly close to the surface. It reads 6 kilometers absolute, and I'm getting a little bit nervous, so I'm firing the engine, which is... Oh, there's our shadow. That's good. We have a shadow. You know, it's a good rule of thumb. When you get nervous, fire your engines. It's the rule of thumb when landing a parachute as well, which I can tell you, because that's something I do now, is you want to flare and break your descent before hitting the ground, and the rule of thumb is after the third oh shit, that's when you do it. You have to do it really close to the ground. It's scary at first. Right, so enough talking about that stuff. We are gonna land on a plateau about 3 kilometers above the mean. Alright, the gravity is... There's more gravity than I thought there would be when we were landing the tiny probe. That was the same... That was on Ceti as well, right? Yeah. There we go. We're not actually falling as fast as I thought. Cool. We're going down at 2-3 meters per second. I think we have all the fuel in the world to spare, so I can just go down hovering like so. We're slowly falling, so our engine is not quite balancing the gravity, so I'm going to increase it a little bit because we're just about there really. And ideally I want to touch down with a speed under 1 meter per second, because that's nice and sedate. But 1.5 will do as well. Alright, on the reaction wheels, and here we are landed at Ceti. Bim bam boom, easy as it seems. We don't have a connection to home anymore. I think we lost line of sight with our relay probe. Yes, we did, but it might come back into view sooner rather than later. So we can do a nice expedition, gather some science, and then transmit everything back home. Let's log that data. Oh, there's one in there already. Oh, right, let's go outside first. Let's get a crew report going. Yeah, we can transmit it later, not now. Let's get a EVA report from here. Boom, from Ceti's Midlands. Yeah, we can get that. We can take a surface sample from here. That's interesting. We can just take that home. And can we take a materials bay from here? Absolutely we can. And we can take the data from the pressure. Oh, more pressure data. Take that. Oh, can I do that? Can I collect more than one? That's nice. In that case, collect the data immediately. Restore it. Observe the goop. Sure. And please restore it. Oh, for absolute maximum gain, we're gonna have to redo all of this, don't we? Like, transmit it when the satellite is back in view, and then collect it for retrieval. So yeah, we're gonna do that. All right, plant the flag. That's our mission, after all. That's what we're here for, ostensibly. Contract fulfillment. Not feeling in the mood for exquisite names. Anyway, we have done it. Can we get a different EVA report here? No, we don't want to override it. Boom. We might be able to get one from like flying above. I don't think we... Oh, don't knock over the ship. Be careful. Lights on? No, we don't have headlights, or it's too bright to see them. Alright, grabbing it. Climbing in. And now let's time warp and see what our satellite can do for us. Are we still powered? We are still powered. So that's good. Yeah, there we go. We have relay established. And we got the rewards for the flag, and we have spacewalk and walking. Yeah, well done us. Alright, review the report. We're gonna send that home. And we're gonna do a review of our stored data. Yeah, basically we're gonna have to repeat our little science expedition outside here. Cool, cool, cool. Let's wait until that transmission is done just in case. Oh, our charge is all run out. I wonder if it then aborts the transmission, or... Yeah, it apparently does abort the transmission. So let's time warp slightly and let those batteries recharge. Oh, that takes a while! Oh my. Alright, let's see. We have the surface sample. Only the surface sample still needs transmission. So let's do that. That's now transmitted, and then we can go and get the samples again. Log the pressure data. No, take the data. And now go outside and log it again. Please transmit that. Same for the temperature. Oh god, the transmission is still bottlenecked by the... Alright then, we're just gonna bring it home. I can't be bothered to do more. Take the data. We'll try and transmit. We take them right here. We have them separately. And we'll try and transmit them as we're leaving the planet and going home. See, this one the same. We're just gonna like observe it, so we have two of the same one, and then we can surface sample, EVA report. That one's trash. Yeah, so we have two of the same one. We can return one as we're flying back and generating energy. Should be fine. Okay, bored anyway, because apparently these experiments were duplicates. Log the pressure data. We will return this as well. So now we have the idea is we have one set of experiments inside the capsule, one of them inside the instruments, And as we're flying away and generating energy, I think this thing makes energy anyway, we can then opt to remove them. All right, now we want to go back to Gale. So we're going to lift off and we're going to basically fly straight retrograde. We're not going to go for Ceti orbit first. So that means a 270-degree heading and flying as close as possible to the ground, leaving the area that way. We don't need to leave any of our ship behind. I think we'll reach escape velocity before these tanks run out, so there's no littering. Not that it really matters anyway. There we go. Boom, we still don't have any SAS, but you know, that's all good. I wonder, we do seem to have a heat shield on this thing, so that's certainly good. But I think we will have enough fuel to slow down propulsively as well. So because this is a small solar system, small moon, small gravity, decent delta V requirements. Do still have to pay attention not to crash into any mountains. That would still be a bummer. Oh, actually we might dive bomb some of these tanks on the planet. Alright, let's cut our engines and see where they're gonna fall. Yeah, they're definitely gonna fall. Let's ditch them. That's gonna be fun. Let's see if we can like see them crash into the planet. Also, still want to make sure we don't crash into the planet ourselves. So look at that. There they go. I see some shadows. Yeah, we're good. I see some shadows. We're good. We're good. Let's see. There they go. Let's see them crash into the surface. We have dive bombed Ceti as we're leaving. That's littering, but it's littering away from the flag, so they'll probably never connect it to us. Are we still gonna see? We might have to switch to these debris. Where are they? Are they not being tracked? I want to see my debris. Oh, that's one. I don't know why we're doing this. This, you know, this just like a bomb released from the ship. Oh, we can't time warp either, so we're stuck looking at this. Oh, I'm sorry. We are falling down. Look at this amazing tank with a nose cone on it. Can we like physics time warp? Yeah. There we go. Are we going to clear this mountain? That's the question. Are we going to clear that one? That's the question. That one in the distance, we're certainly not clearing that one. Are we going to hit that, or are we going to impact before? I'm going to say before. It's going to be right over there. Oh, yeah, that was a great prediction, wasn't it? Alright, back to the space center, apparently. No, let's go to the tracking station, because then we can immediately switch back, get rid of this debris on an escape trajectory out of Ceti. There we go. That was the brief intermission following some space trash. And let's see what kind of orbit we have. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. We need to slightly aim towards Gale more, and from our vantage point, that is actually pointing towards Ceti. So we're going to curve our orbit a little bit more backwards. Let's do that from the map view. There we go. We have a nice atmosphere intercept here. I wonder if we're going to go up first. We do have a little bit of a weird escape trajectory here. Anyway, we do have a signal link. So before I forget, let us transmit these datas. Yeah, I want to transmit it. Review the data. This one, we're not going to transmit this one. Review the data, transmit, and the thing, review the data, transmit that. And of course, if I'm correct, we also have the remainder, the duplicates of these experiments on board to be returned for their full science value. Alright, are we now actually heading out? No, we're not. That's good. Alright, now these kind of trajectories really have the potential to mess up thanks to time warping. I'm going to time warp here. No, wait, that's not where we're going, is it? Where are we going? Yeah, we're going here. So I'm going to time warp here 6 days later. And apparently the game doesn't want to do that quite at full speed. Because then once... Because as it is now, our periapsis is up like 36 kilometers. Oh, there we are. And we're going to slam into the atmosphere right fast. But we have almost a completely full tank of fuel still left. So I'm going to want to use some of that to slow down and increase the chances of survival. Which I'm going to do when we hit like 100 kilometers of altitude, do like a entry burn. And in doing so, hopefully like cushioning the blow. Because I think we have more than a kilometer per second of delta V left in these tanks anyway. We are currently hitting 3 kilometers per second. I might want to start this burn at something like 120 kilometers because we're sinking right fast. Alright, pointed retrograde, full thrust on the remaining engine. Decelerating Wahori propulsively rather than aerodynamically, you know, for increased safety. Let's look at the map view because there's not a lot to see in the actual scene view. I might actually try to extend the periapsis a little bit to try and land on the sunlit side of the planet. Although that might be ambitious. On the other hand, we do have a frighteningly high amount of fuel remaining. So now it's gonna be a night landing. There's nothing to be done about that. But it's not gonna be a terribly fast one. I'm a bit apprehensive of a periapsis of 0 kilometers, so I'm burning up to you know, keep that at like 20-ish kilometers periapsis. We're burning the thing completely dry. Oh, look at that. We might actually get to a place where we're gonna see some sunlight. So now I'm just straight up trying to increase my periapsis. And we're out of fuel. We're just into the atmosphere and our entry velocity is now 2 kilometers per second rather than 3, which is a win. Alright, now it's time to get rid of this stage. We're pointing nicely retrograde. We have enough electric charge to keep our capsules sustained. And let's get rid of it. Bye, thanks for everything, you were really good. Now we have the challenge of not having SAS and needing to orient in the proper direction. We have a heat shield, that's good. I'm gonna engage precision controls because that's, you know, more precise. And what can we do? We can turn on the lights. Okay, maybe ask for a crew report, but we already had that. We do want the torque. This is not one of the real solar system asymmetric landing systems. So now all we have to do is wait. We might retract the antenna, you know, keep it for next time. Otherwise it will get destroyed. Some time warp to get us down deeper into the atmosphere. Oh god, that does make controlling it a lot more difficult. I did make this descent last really long because we're not slamming straight into the atmosphere anymore. We're now like, you know, gently sinking into it. Right, I put some rotation on it. Let's put the time warp and hopefully it will remain stable, at least a little bit stable. As we start eating more atmosphere, it should become more stable. We are technically in an orbit of an apoapsis of 68 kilometers with a periapsis of 3. So if I was a little bit less careful, I might have actually stranded Wahori and Galen. I mean, I was completely uncareful, but if I was more unlucky, we might have actually stranded him because I was raising the periapsis. If we had a little bit more fuel, more thrust, and the orbit worked out differently, that would have been hilarious. That like a braking entry leading to a very low gale orbit rescue. Cool. Anyway, we are at 56 kilometers now. 55 at 4 times time acceleration. I think the good news is we will probably see the sunrise. Oh, there we go. We're getting some heating. Also, the capsule is a lot more stable now because we are actually eating some atmosphere. I might want to turn off the time warp. Then again, maybe I might not. Our ablator is being eaten, which is good. I'm going to get rid of the time warp. We're at 40 kilometers now, which is fairly high, but we're also going really fast, so you know that makes us already decelerate quite a bit. We have a really shallow entry vector. That means low g-forces, but a longer heating time. A lower overall heat flux, but a higher total amount of energy being deposited into the capsule and the heat shield. Fortunately, I think the heat shield is easily capable of dealing with this. 34 kilometers. Only pulling about 1 G. That's what I said. This is a gentle entry. And of course, Walhori collected a lot of science experiments, which I suppose are really fragile. Let's go with that. That's why we did this. Everything is planned. Everything happens for a reason. I think we see the morning glory out at the horizon. We're decelerating fairly quickly now, just hitting 2 Gs, so I think we're not going to get like an actual sunrise before we reach the ground. But, you know, something to look forward to for Walhori. On the other hand, he might be chasing the dawn. Is he chasing the dawn? I can't work that out. I don't know which orientation we're entering from. Anyway, we are just through the peak heating phase, going by the visuals. We are not quite at 3 Gs deceleration. I don't think we're going to get any higher. So that was at most 2.8 Gs, which is, you know, roller coaster territory. So he should be fine, as should the experiments. Alright, we are good to go on the deployment of the drogue chutes, so let's fire them out. And then we're also good to go on the main chute, so let's also fire those out. And then that's really that. Look, there's our stage. That one, I wonder why that one didn't enter. Probably because the physics got suspended for it, because that was on the same trajectory as our capsule. It wouldn't have gone back to orbit. Right, 10 kilometers. Let us time warp to the planet. Look at the tiny little lit light inside the window. The small square jiggling down as we approach. I think we're gonna approach. Yeah, we're gonna go for sea landing here, but right off the shore somewhere. So that should make recovery nice and easy. Can we like show it on the map? No, it's equally as dark. So we're a kilometer above the ocean surface, gently descending under 4 parachutes. This spacecraft performed admirably over 2 episodes, depositing a nice satellite in orbit of Ceti and landing Walhori the scientist on its surface afterwards, using said satellite for relay of information, and then trucking the experiments, Walhori and the capsule back to Gale, having enough fuel reserves to allow for a buttery, silky smooth entry. Like a stick of butter wrapped in silk, gently melted in a microwave. So smooth. You don't really want to think about how smooth that is. And as I struggle to think of things to say in these last 300 meters of descent, let me just return to the challenge for next episode, which is to make a drag racer airship thing to make someone, I forgot his name, pass out from G-forces. And the contract didn't specify it, but I'm going to say he also needs to live. So have him pass out from G-forces and then do recover safely. And yeah, that's all. You can build a spacecraft that just goes crazy on the G-forces. You can build an airplane or a rocket-assisted chair. Anything goes. So that's the challenge for next one. Let's go. Recover this vessel. And we're going to have so much science. It is crazy. 923 science, and that's not even the science that we actually transmitted back. 2 levels for Walhori, so that's an all-around success. Also, we got a whole bunch of money. We almost got 1 million. So let's get some cool technologies. We get the big rockets. There we go. That's 160 science. We get, yeah, I don't know, I don't like these too much. We get the big tank. That's always good. Advanced construction, fairings, side separators. Yeah, that's useful. There we go. Actuators. No, not getting that. Space exploration, hitchhikers, mobility enhancers, rove max stuff, flight control, RCS and lander cans. Yeah, let's get that. That's nice and cool to build stuff with. Bigger capsule and service base. Yeah, that's interesting parts. Advanced electrics, deployable solar panels. Yes, please. And that is about that for science. So that's a whole lot new stuff to play with. Maybe I'll get these wings and stuff to aid with the G-force challenge. Yeah, why the hell not? Let's add those. Cool. So you guys got a whole new bunch of toys to play with. There's also still a few designs in the hangar, which I'll fly on the next episode if I don't get some amazing G racers before then. Until then, thanks for watching. I'm Lorenzo. See you next time. Goodbye.